You know, this is a video not many people asked for, but you're getting anyways, because I got this really sick thumbnail and I just couldn't wait to use it. Plus, who doesn't want sand release Naruto? I mean, seriously, is there any single one of you guys that didn't think Gaara's powers were so sick in Naruto Part 1? Because I definitely don't fall into that camp. So if you guys go on to enjoy this series and you want to see more of Naruto having these crazy Gaara X crocodile abilities, then definitely smash the like button, because the like goal for this series to continue will be 1,000 likes in 24 hours. So good luck with that and enjoy.
Hey kid, you look pretty hungry there. Why don't you come over here and grab a bite to eat?
Naruto would be walking across the village and it'd be about 3 months away from graduation. Naruto, hearing this man offering him something to eat, would look up going,
Yeah, I would, but I don't really have any money right now.
The man would look at him and say,
Don't worry about that money shmoney. It's okay, I have this fruit here you can have.
Naruto would look at it and say,
Is it supposed to look like that? And the man would say, come on now, you're gonna complain about free fruit? Just take it already. I can hear your stomach grumbling from a mile away. And don't worry about food, kid. You'll pay it forward someday.
Naruto would walk away going,
well, thanks. I promise I'll come back. Believe it.
Naruto would take the fruit, running home with the man smirking underneath his face going,
serves him right. Now we're finally gonna get rid of that damn demon brat.
Shortly after this, we would kind of just zoom into seeing Naruto walking into his house, closing the door and grabbing his pineapple looking thing with weird looking spikes as he would slam it on the ground and just pretty much cut it in half, not even cutting it the proper way. Then digging in a spoon into it, he would close his eyes, go, thanks for the food, and he would take a bite. But the second that food would slither down his throat, this man would just go,
that's disgusting. Of course that shopkeep was just pranking me. What would I expect from the damn villagers?
But as Naruto grabbed the fruit and was about to throw it away, suddenly Naruto could feel that his hand was like disintegrating. And as Naruto would stare at his hand, he could see it crumbling to dust. Naruto would go, what? What's happening? And suddenly, Naruto would find his arm on the ground with sand covering it. Naruto would be like, what's going on? And it's in this moment that Naruto would suddenly have a flood of information hit him. In this moment, it would be like Naruto perfectly understood what was going on. A devil fruit or something like that had granted him these new abilities. And as Naruto could feel his body changing, Naruto felt himself crumble to dust on the ground, with Naruto taking up a sand form and him trying his best to pretty much reform himself back to what he normally looks like. But as Naruto would struggle to maintain his usual appearance, Naruto would find little tidbits of sand just falling off of him, with him noticing that now the house is dirty. Naruto would get very annoyed at this as he would lift his hand up to his head and suddenly he saw all the sand in the room that he had dropped lifting up with him. Naruto would go, wait, devil fruit, powers, He would then stick his arm out, and suddenly his arm would be shot flying towards a vase that would be inside of his house. It would crack, breaking, with Naruto going, no way. As we would see Naruto start to practically jump for joy, thinking that this is incredible. And Naruto would be so eager to show off his new abilities that he'd be like, I can't wait. But suddenly, as Naruto would be about to make it to the door, he would feel his arm start to crumble on the ground, going, concentrate. And his hand would go back to normal as he would think, I'm gonna master whatever I can tonight, believe it. And tomorrow, I'm gonna show everybody just how cool my new powers are. I bet even Sasuke will be jealous. Naruto would think, as he would pretty much wait till tomorrow, and right as it would be about nighttime, Naruto would think, well, for now I ought to take a shower. As he'd make his way into the room, go into the bathroom, brush his teeth quickly, and then turn the water on. And the moment that Naruto would do so, Naruto would feel all of the water in the shower start to turn his body into a mud-like substance. Naruto could feel himself crumbling under the weight of the water, and his control over the sand would practically be turned to nothing. As Naruto would try to reach towards the handle to turn the water off, Naruto could feel himself struggling with all his might as he narrowly would reach it and turn the knob. It's in this moment that Naruto would be laying there in a mud-like state for literally hours, with his body having gotten so weak that Naruto literally ended up passing out in the shower. And the very next day, the moment that his alarm clock would go off, Naruto would re-solidify himself, grab his things and go, crap, I'm gonna be late. Naruto in this moment would then rush towards the academy as he would see the village keep who had given him the poison fruit, mind you. Not only did he give him a devil fruit that looked weird and he wasn't even sure if it was poisonous by himself, but the dude literally laced it. And the moment he would stare at Naruto running by, he'd be like, "What? How did he survive? Bastard must have not ate the fruit." But he wouldn't know that Naruto definitely ate that putrid thing. And as Naruto would make his way inside of the academy, Naruto would just sit in the back biding his time for the perfect moment to show everybody his new abilities. It's at this point that as Naruto would be waiting, a couple of hours would pass and suddenly Iruka would say, "Alright, well, class is about to end, so I say we finish things off with a bit of a light spar." He would tell everybody to meet him outside at the training grounds and they would all do so, as everybody would go up and lastly would go Naruto and Kiba. Naruto seeing this would be so excited, going, "I can't wait to show everybody." And the moment that everything would start, Naruto would reach his hand out trying to attack Kiba, but for some reason, his powers weren't working. The nerves had gotten to him in this moment, and as Kiba would rush towards him going, "It's finished, Naruto!" he'd reel his arm back, punching straight through Naruto's stomach, stunning everyone. Kiba would be like, "What?" As everybody would say, "Well, you killed him!" And Kiba would say, "What? No, I didn't mean to punch him that hard, I swear." But Naruto would simply look at him with a smile before reeling his own arm back and punching him with a sand-covered fist. Kiba would be sent flying across the ground, with Naruto proudly declaring that with his newest and latest jutsu, nobody's gonna be able to touch him, not even Sasuke over there. As Naruto would say this, Sasuke would be staring daggers at him, shocked, going, "What the heck was that?" He'd be stunned knowing that that definitely was some sort of sand jutsu, but how did Naruto obtain something like that? After all, it's not exactly common for Leaf Shinobi to learn jutsus that should be exclusive to the Sand Village. And Sasuke wouldn't be the only one thinking this. Iruka would do so as well, with him saying, "Naruto, you need to come with me." After this would happen, Iruka would take Naruto to Hiruzen's office, as they would wait about 40 minutes for Hiruzen to finally let them in, and once they would go inside, Iruka would tell Hiruzen that Naruto has awakened some sort of strange Genkai, with Hiruzen going, "Oh, really? Well, let's see it, Naruto." Naruto would demonstrate his abilities, telling Iruka to punch him, with Iruka punching straight through him and Naruto pretty much just laughing, saying that that tickled. After this, Hiruzen would be stunned, going, "Naruto, you seem to possess a Genkai that allows you to transform your body to sand. This is extremely impressive, and I believe that you will become a splendid shinobi. So work hard on these abilities and make sure you become a Genin, Naruto." Naruto then would be dismissed, with Hiruzen telling him that he's proud of that new ability that he had managed to get a use of. Naruto after this would walk home with Iruka looking to him and telling him that he should be proud. It's not very often that Hiruzen praises people for having strange Genkais. And Naruto would look to Iruka telling him that he's gonna train hard. Believe it, in the next 3 months, he'll pass the exam and become a full-fledged Genin. And with that said, that's exactly what would happen. Naruto would go on to shock everybody with his newfound abilities and would actually go on to straight up become the strongest in the classroom. Because even though Sasuke was technically better at him at taijutsu, ninjutsu, and even was smarter than the kid, he still had to admit that when it came to one-on-one combat, Sasuke didn't exactly stand much of a chance just due to the nature of Naruto's abilities and where Sasuke's at in the series. At this point, there's no way that he could have contended with Gaara, and now we have kind of a watered down version of what Gaara is in the story, so he's not going to fare much better against him. That said though, Naruto getting so much more powerful in this timeline doesn't exactly actually translate to Naruto having better ninjutsu capabilities, because when it comes to Naruto having to perform the clone jutsu, yeah, he still fails. And with that comes Mizuki trying to trick Naruto into stealing the scroll of sealing, as we would see Mizuki telling him that there is another way to pass, and Naruto, being as foolish as he is, would accept just like in the original timeline, with Naruto sneaking into the Hokage's office, using the sexy jutsu to distract Hiruzen, and escaping and ultimately go on to learn the multi-shadow clone jutsu, which can I just say is going to be helping this dude out greatly, and you guys are gonna understand why shortly. But anyways, this is when Mizuki would finally arrive, saying, "Naruto, good, you stole the scroll. Hand it to me and I'll be sure to give you
you your reward.
As we would then see Naruto tossing the scroll over towards Mizuki, to which Mizuki would say, "Thanks, Naruto, for being a fool," as he would throw a giant shuriken towards the direction of Naruto, trying to kill him, when suddenly the shuriken would go straight through Naruto's body, with Naruto saying, "You didn't know? I'm immortal," as he would extend his arm to push Mizuki off of the tree with the scroll, as Mizuki would stand on the ground going, "But how? That shuriken was laced with enough poison to take down an elephant," as Naruto would look to him, telling him that all that moisture was simply dried out by his sand. Mizuki in this moment would grit his teeth, going, "You damn demon brat," as in this moment Naruto would tell him that he can call him whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, he's going to be taught a lesson for trying to trick him, as a sandstorm would go on to cover the area, as Naruto would tell him, "Try not to blink," and suddenly Naruto would go on to create 100 clones that he had just learned to use, as every single one of them would turn into sand, with smiles appearing on all of them before they would all transform into this gigantic cohesive tsunami that would go on to practically just crush Mizuki. And yeah, in case you haven't realized, Naruto can practically create infinite sand with his clones. That said, with this all being witnessed by Hiruzen through his crystal ball, Hiruzen would walk over towards the forest where Naruto was at, saying, "Naruto." Naruto would turn towards Hiruzen going, "Hey Hiruzen, hey, I'm really sorry about stealing the scroll, but you see, Mizuki had tricked me. He told me that I could pass the academy if I was to just steal the scroll." And Hiruzen would say, and he was right about that, because you are going to be passing the academy. I watched everything, Naruto, from the way you handled Mizuki to the way that you restrained yourself instead of killing the shinobi. He's gonna be getting what's coming to him soon, but you, for the time being, will receive this. As he would hand Naruto a headband, and Naruto would say, "You really mean it?" To which Hiruzen would say, "Of course I do, kid. Now run along home. I have to clean this mess up." Naruto in this moment would leap up into the air going, "I'm a Genin!" As he would leave the area, and Hiruzen would smile thinking, "Minato, your son is a bundle of joy, and I have high expectations of him seeing as he's your son, and now he also possesses that jutsu." As Hiruzen would go on to smile and simply look into the air, thinking of what Minato would think of all this. After this would happen, we would then see Naruto being assigned to Team 7, with him giving them his goal of not only being the Hokage, but also being the greatest sand user who ever lived. Sasuke hearing that would scoff, going, "Naruto really thinks that he's going to become the greatest sand user ever? Give me a break. The guy barely passed on a technicality." As we would then see Naruto pretty much just cheering himself on, psyching himself up for what's to come, when suddenly Kakashi would go on to inform the team that they're still not officially part of Team 7. He would inform them of the bell test and how they should probably not eat tomorrow. And this is when we would see Naruto making his way home, going in his house, eating a bowl of cereal, and then ultimately going to the bathroom thinking, "I ought to shower, right?" But the moment that Naruto would go to turn on the water, Naruto would start to shiver, thinking, probably not a good idea. Naruto in this moment would then reform the sand molecules that construct his body, and he would find that he had practically cleaned himself, with Naruto realizing that he's never going to get to enjoy the beautiful feeling of just soaking in the tub ever again. Naruto would feel horrible because of this, but he would think, "But hey, at least I have these cool powers." Naruto in this moment would then find himself waking up the very next day, as we would jump cut to Kakashi explaining the rules and him counting down for the three of them to begin. 3, 2, 1. The second that Kakashi would say that, all of a sudden, Naruto would go on to use all of the sand in the area to manipulate the battlefield to his whim. He would attempt to latch onto Kakashi's legs with the sand and catch him off guard. However, Kakashi, before Naruto even gets the chance to get up close, would proceed to substitute out of the way, as we would see Naruto there going, "Damn it, he got away." And all of a sudden, Kakashi would be up inside of the air as he would weave a couple of hand signs, and suddenly water would shoot out from his mouth, seemingly a little tsunami. That thing would cover the entire battlefield, with the sand now being turned into this mud-like thing, with Naruto watching. Why'd you have to go and do that, sensei?" As Kakashi would tell him that he's never going to give his opponents the upper hand on him. Naruto in this moment would then grit his teeth, as he would think to himself that next time he won't be so lucky. Naruto would then extend his arms trying to grab at the bells, but Kakashi in this moment grabbing his kunai and reading Naruto's file, or not reading reading it but kind of remember what he had read yesterday, would cut his arm off knowing that that wouldn't affect him, with him saying, "You're gonna have to try harder than that." And this is when suddenly Sasuke would come flying in trying to catch Kakashi off guard with his taijutsu, but he would get blocked and parried so easily, with Kakashi throwing him up into the air after a misfired kick, with Sasuke leaping up off of him into the air, somersaulting 3 times and weaving hand signs. Fire style, fireball jutsu. The attack would be shot towards the direction of Kakashi, all the while Naruto at the same time would have shot a sand attack towards the direction of Kakashi, a sand bullet you could say. The sand would crystallize going straight into the flames, with Naruto realizing that that's pretty cool. It's at this point that he would stare at Sasuke going, "Sasuke, do that again!" As Naruto would go on to create 10 shadow clones, having them all turn into spikes as he would weave his hand, causing all of them to go rushing at the direction of Kakashi, who, seeing this, knowing what was coming, would be waiting for their combo attack, which would come, as Sasuke would weave hand signs, shooting a massive fire style jutsu to the direction of Naruto. Sasuke, watching this, would see the sand crystallize as it would still be flying to the direction of Kakashi, who narrowly manages to dodge it, giving Naruto just enough time to turn his entire body to sand, traveling so quickly that Kakashi didn't even see him coming, as Naruto reaches his hands out and snags the bells from Kakashi's waist. Kakashi, seeing this, would be stunned, going, "What? How did he?" With nobody being aware that Naruto was able to use that for mobility. And so, as Naruto would be standing there with both bells in tow, he would say, "I told you I'd get them, believe it!" As we would see a smug Sasuke there, thinking to himself that they actually made a pretty good team, before then shaking his head and going, "No, not with that dope." As we would then go into the mind of Kakashi, who would think, "That speed, it was incredible. Without my Sharingan, I wasn't able to even perceive Naruto's movements. That ability could truly be terrifying someday." And as he would think that, he would stare to the team, wondering what their next move would be. It's in this moment that Naruto would then toss a bell towards Sasuke, who catches it, as he would go on to say that they've passed. The two of them are moving on, right? Suddenly, Sakura from the bushes, watching on with a sad expression, would say, "Oh, it looks like they passed. Well, I guess I shouldn't be too disappointed. It's not like I actually did anything, right?" As she'd be coming out of the forest and say, "Congratulations, you two." This is when suddenly Naruto, seeing the somber mood that just came over them when Sakura arrived, would feel bad for her, as he would think, "You know what, I guess I could just do this again next year." He would throw his bell to Sakura, saying that he'll just catch up, believe it. And as he would be about to leave, allowing both of them to pass, Kakashi would say, "Wait, Naruto, you all pass," with a smile, to which Naruto would say, "What? Weren't only 2 of us supposed to pass?" To which Kakashi would say, "Yeah, that's how the test is supposed to work, but that's not truly the objective. The real point of this was to test out your teamwork, and judging as you and Sasuke were able to collaborate on that final attack, and you were able to sacrifice yourself for Sakura, I'd say that this team qualifies as more than well enough to work together." The team would all look at each other in excitement as they would go out for some ramen to celebrate, followed by 2 weeks worth of worthless missions and a fiery confrontation between Naruto and Hiruzen. "Come on, old man, I'm tired of doing these D-rank missions. I'm tired of looking for cats and cleaning up yards. I'm gonna lose my mind. Just give me a good mission already. You're wasting my talents in this village." Hiruzen, hearing this, would look to Naruto going, "Settle down, Naruto, I understand. I'll give you a better mission. How's this?" He would suddenly call in Tazuna, the bridge builder, who, entering the room with a drunken slur, would say, "What's this, Hiruzen? You really expect me to have this be my protection? I paid good money for this mission." With Hiruzen looking to him and telling him that these are the finest shinobi he has available, and this is the quickest route home, as Tazuna would begrudgingly accept, and we would then see the team meeting up with Tazuna at the bridge the very next day, with Tazuna not being in a drunken state. As the team would embark on this mission, this is when suddenly Naruto, walking on along, thinking to himself that everything is going by really smoothly, would suddenly watch 2 demon brothers lunge out of their genjutsu type hiding spot and seemingly killing their sensei. Naruto would be stunned, going, "Kakashi sensei!" as suddenly one of the brothers lunging towards him would go to slash at him, with Naruto seemingly being cut in half before reforming himself and saying, "Hey, that's not very nice," creating like a scythe type arm and slashing slashing back at the man. This is when we would see the demon brother fall to the ground going, ugh, as Sasuke in the background would also take care of the other ninja, and suddenly Kakashi, I was gonna say Sasuke, but Kakashi would come out of the forest saying, good job team, clapping it up for them, and then telling Tazuna that he suspects that this mission isn't exactly C rank, is it? Tazuna would cough out his guts, telling him the truth about the nature of this mission, and after realizing that not only does he possess Sasuke, who's a skilled shinobi, but Naruto, whose abilities make him super unpredictable, he thinks that they will most likely be fine for this mission. So they would continue, and shortly after, a thick mist would envelop the area, with Kakashi looking around noting that something's coming. He would tell the team to pick up their guards when suddenly he hears the sound of a blade whooshing towards them. Kakashi in this moment would say, everyone duck, to which everybody would do so with the exception of Naruto, who was distracted, head up in the clouds thinking of new attacks that he could create. The blade would go right through him as Naruto's body would reform immediately, and looking up, Naruto could see the one responsible, Zabuza Momochi.
Looks like you made it to the end of the video. Leave a like, comment, share the video with a friend, and subscribe! Or die by my blade!